Okay, yeah. Hello everyone. Welcome back to casting Alchemy League Season 8. It's been a while. I think it's been almost a month now. I'm sorry I kind of disappeared, but I just had some very full weeks, and I remember the only time I actually had time, and I was in the right mental position to cast. I got sick. I was sick for a weekend, so yeah, there was no way I was going to be casting during that weekend. But yeah, I'm back. I should be able to be constant now with my streaming schedule, and that means I should be able to do at least a stream per week when it comes to, one cast per week when it comes to Alchemy League. Hopefully, I'll be able to sneak in some more streams. I don't know, I might be able to do just one stream per week up until mid-December. But yeah. So, today, as you might have noticed by the title, we have 3 sets played in Alchemy League. We are currently Season 8, Spring 2. And currently we have round 6, which would be the second round from Spring 2 ongoing. So the sets we're going to be looking at today are from either round 4, round 5, or round 6. Actually, round 5 ends in a couple of days. And when that ends, we should start seeing round 7. So we should start getting games from that. So future streams will have games from 3 rounds, basically. Anyway, so today, the first set we have is basically a battle of the rodents, because we have Maxymczech playing against Chipmunk. Now, as usual, let's take a look at these 2 players' profiles. So, Maxymczech, player from Germany, currently sitting at 1550, but as you can see, he has a highest of 1600. And he has been playing in the league for quite a long time now. I know he played with us during the Alaska themed season. I don't remember if he joined before that. But yeah, Alaska themed season was season 4. If I'm not mistaken, because season 3 was Greek themed. Then we have Alaska for season 4, Space for season 5. Yeah, I think, because then season 6, it didn't really have a theme, but there were a couple of maps which reminded of China, or rather East Asia. And then we had season 7 with the Ensemble Studio maps, which were reworked by map scripters just for the league. And now we have season 8, which is a million ways to die in the Middle Ages. So anyway, yeah, Maxymczech, he's a good player, and he's used to the league. And he's going to be playing against Chipmunk, player from Argentina, so who, as you can see, has a slight elo disadvantage. So there's about 100 elo difference between their current ratings. But yeah, he is sitting at his highest at the moment. So it's actually in between 100 elo difference and 150. Hey Tech, yes, I was just talking about that. We have a rodent battle. And yeah, Chipmunk, he's been with us for a couple of seasons now, not for as long as Maxymczech has been, but yeah, he's been with us for a while, so he's not new to the league. He should know how things work around here, and he should be used to custom maps. So, that said, let's go to the draft. Now, as you can see, the map of the week, the map of the round was Archipelago. So this was played in round 5. And for their second map, they chose Arena. Now, Civ-wise, as usual, we have the 5 random bands Burmese, Koreans, Khmer, Malians, and Franks in this case. Flying Mouse went on to ban Cumans and Malay, whereas Chipmunk banned Spanish and Mongols. So I would say Chipmunk's bans are quite expected, right? Mongols, they can be strong on any map. Spanish, especially on these settings, because you see a lot of castle drops, you see a lot of tower rushes and whatnot. That can be good with that. So that's a good choice. Cumans. So we're playing on sudden death. So you might be thinking, well, why would you ban Cumans, right? Because they should be bad in a sudden death situation. Well, technically yes, but we have other ways to kill players this season. And we've seen Cumans with the ramp push work in a couple of situations. So yeah, Cumans is a good ban in my opinion on these settings. And same goes for Malay, especially when you have Arena. I think Malay on Arena on these settings, they're just kind of busted, right? Because you're on 1 TC eco. So Malay can do an amazing feudal boom if you go up fast. You get your eco tax and whatnot. Yeah, Malay are in the same pick on Arena. So that's a good ban. Now, as for snipes, we see Georgians sniped by Chipmunk, whereas Flying Mouse went for Bohemians. Now that said, Chipmunk has left Turks, which can play in a similar way to Bohemians, although Bohemians, they do have way better monks than Turks. Turks don't really have good monks. I think they're decent in Castle Age, but nothing too crazy in Imperial. But they both can do a very mean castle drop into Imperial Age. And then he was left with Japanese and Sicilians. Both can be good for Archipelago. Flying Mouse, on the other hand, has Italians, which I believe is going to be for Archipelago. Persians could be for Archipelago as well. Now, Persians, normally you don't see them on pure water maps because their water is bad once you get to Imperial. Because, yeah, sure, you have Galleon, but you have no Bracer. They do have fast fire, but that's not something that people tend to go for. But the thing is, in Alchemy League Season 8, I don't think we're going to be seeing that many Imperial Ages on Archipelago, so they could be very strong. And as for Burgundians, that's an insane pick, actually. Because they can do something similar to what I was talking about with Malay. Now, Malay, they have the added bonus that if you want to go to Imperial faster on Arena, you advance faster, so you can do some kind of fast temp shenanigans. Burgundians, they do not have that tool, but being able to get Eureka upgrades earlier on, if you stay for longer in Feudal Age, you're not really going to be minding that because you will be able to get your Castle Age upgrades, which are discounted on their food cost also. So yeah, Burgundians is an insane pick. So overall, I would say I probably prefer Flying Mouse's draft. Right, I can see where some... Let's do this. Just to be... So I can see where they could be playing their civs. Persians could actually go for both. And... I don't know, I think I prefer Italians to Japanese on water, on pure water maps. And... Okay, Burgundian Turks. I don't know, I prefer Burgundians, but I think that's because they're better for my playstyle. But Turks can be insane, so... Okay, yeah, I would give Flying Mouse the advantage on Archipelago. And I would say they're quite even on Arena. But yeah, enough talk. Let's go straight into the game. Which is not showing. Okay. And here we go. Okay, so it is not going to be Japanese for Chipmunk. It's going to be Sicilians on Archipelago. And of course, his opponent, Flying Mouse, is going to be playing Italian. Okay, now, technically speaking, Japanese are better on water than Sicilians. Because Japanese fishing ships, they work faster and they're tankier. And they have more line of sight on the galleys, which can be nice sometimes, especially if you're trying to prevent your opponent from sneaking in the back of your base to maybe snipe your fish. Sicilians, their only water bonus they had is the fact that their transport ships, they have more line of sight and cost 50% less. Which, it's kind of a shame because I think the devs in their mind, when they kind of thought about Sicilians and they gave them this kind of team bonus, they were thinking of Sicilians as kind of a landing civ, right? Because you look at this and you're like, okay, transport ships, they're cheaper. They used to have other bonuses, but now they have this. So you land with villagers, maybe you build a dungeon, which is their unique building. And then from the dungeon you can make sergeants. Now the dungeon also counts as a building to unlock the archery range and the stable, as Chipmunk gets trolled by the deer here. So I think Sicilians really have the potential to be a good landing civ. But they just end up not being a great civ in most scenarios, right? They have their niche if you want to go for some kind of crazy castle drops or whatnot, because they do build castles faster, and I think that's what Chipmunk is thinking about. He's thinking, okay, I have a cheap transport ship. I'm just going to land onto my opponent's island and build a castle. Now, castle drops were kind of an unfair thing during the first sprint because it was just too easy to drop a castle on this tower and take it down. So, to mitigate that, from sprint 2 onwards, the tower, which when destroyed makes you lose the game, now spawns with 4 other towers around it to help you against castle drops. Now the thing about Sicilians is that you build so fast that honestly you don't really care about these extra towers, right? So we'll see. If Chipmunk goes for that, he might be able to find a winning condition over there. Ooh, yeah, attack. I actually like that. Being able to set a patrol. Or rather, it would be nice to have some kind of command specifically for transport ships, which works kind of like patrol. So, let's say your transport ship is here, and you patrol here over here, and I think I just said patrolling through different ways. But yeah, anyway, let's say you have a transport here and you patrol it over there. Right? The issue with doing that is that, yeah, it's going to get there, but it's not going to unload units. So it would be nice if you had something which works like patrol, but it basically says go there and unload, and then come back. Or even just something like works. Oh, no, never mind. I was about to say something that works like attack move, where the transport just unloads once it gets there. But no, it's not. It's not the same. So, I mean, you can just click unload, click here, and that's going to work like attack move. But yeah, if you wanted to do something like the patrol I just mentioned, you would have to get your transport, click unload, and then you would have to shift click back to the original position, which is 1 click more. But yeah, I agree. Having a function like that would be nice for the transport ship. Okay, so Chipmunk, he's actually going up to Feudal Age. Actually, both players are going up to Feudal Age, but the amount of vills tells me that either they messed up their build, but I don't think they did, or yeah, they're going for fast castle here. You can tell by the amount of fishing ships, the amount of vills, the fact that that's such a nice mining spot. can get both gold and stone. That's so nice. Oh, ooh, this is a very balanced map generation. Because look at this. Flymouse got an amazing mining spot, and so did Chipmunk. Now, I say amazing, but if this was, you know, a standard map, this would probably be very bad, because a single tower or a single castle unit denies everything. But yeah, Chipmunk first to Feudal Age. He is going to be building a market and I guess a blacksmith somewhere as soon as he gets the wood. Yeah, he's getting loom and he's on stone. So yeah, this is going to be a castle drop. Now he doesn't have the gold yet to go up, but yeah, he's just going to sell some stone. Sicilians do start with extra stone, so yeah, he sold 200. It's basically like selling 100 with an added save. Now Flying Mouse, he's on stone as well. Okay, now he's going to stone. Alright. So yeah, this is going to be a castle drop attempt from both players. Now that said, Flying Mouse, he is adding a galley. So he's thinking, okay, I want to come to your island, but I also want to prevent you from coming to mine. But I don't think a single galley is going to be enough to deny that. Oh, look at this. Flymouse is also getting fletching, because he wants to make sure that his castle is going to be, or rather that the enemy tower is going to be within range of his castle. Oh, hyper random farming league season 9. Okay. Okay, I love that. Oh, Fly Mouse. Okay, he's going to be finding the transport. Ooh, he misses that. He was not watching. And Chipmunk, yeah, he's got the stone. He's getting into the transport. How many is he sending? 12 vills. Yeah, that's going to be enough. With Sicilians, yeah, that's going to be... Okay, let's see. Wait. Okay, yeah, he had loom. I saw the vill die and was like, wait, didn't he get loom? But yeah. Yeah, this will go up. You do not stop a Sicilian castle drop. Unless they send like 2 vills. Fly Mouse now going for the militia, but that's too late. The castle will go up, and the tower will go down. Oh yeah, attack. I love the idea. I'm personally a big Mega Random fan, so if we're going to have the even crazier version of that in Season 9, then yeah, I'm all for it. Fly Mouse, he's now going to build a house over here. Because, well, probably he realizes that he cannot stop this. He cannot build a castle in time. And yeah. So Chipmunk takes the first game. Quite fast, I would say. Also, just 5 kills, which I believe, yeah, it's 5 vills. Okay, someone might say that castle drop could still be an issue, but at the same time, if you're against Sicilians and you see that uptime, that feudal age uptime, you should be thinking, okay, my castle drop plan is probably not going to be working because we're going to be up at the same time, but at around the same time, but his castle is going to go up faster because of Sicilians. So I think instead of staying that heavy on stone, you probably make some military over here, right? Might be crazy for saying this, but I think you make some military over here. Maybe you delay your castle age time. Maybe you delay your stone income. And you just focus on denying this. Because the moment you deny this, your opponent has invested so much. I mean, that's the whole strategy. If you deny that, you're going to be ahead, and then you can just go to your opponent's island and build a castle of your own. Oh, hey Ray, welcome. Yeah, it is dockable. It's just that they both went for a castle drop on the tower, so they only needed just one dock. Also, this kind of water can be misleading, because the first time I looked at this, I was thinking, wait, can you walk on that? But no, you cannot walk on this. Okay, so that was game 1. So let's go take a look at game 2 now, which should be on Arena. Why is Capture Age not showing that? Okay. Now it should. Yeah, I think playing water is the play there. Because then you're going to have map control, and unless your opponent is playing water himself and then going for the castle drop, you're just going to be denying that transport ship, right? So yeah, I think playing water is the way there. But anyway, game 2, we are on Arena. We have Burgundians from Plymouth, and Chipmunk goes for Japanese instead of going for the Turks, which he had available. Okay. So, we should not see that much action on the tower in this game, because as you can see, the towers are surrounded by a forest. They are connected to the player's base by this road in the middle of the forest. But yeah, unless you go up to Imp and you trap that down, which I don't think Flying Mouse is going to be able to do from here. Yeah, I don't think that's within range. He would have to cut down some trees. Okay, Chipmunk. Maybe Chipmunk from here would be able to do that. But yeah, unless you do something like that, or as we saw... Ooh, I forget who it was. Oh gosh, who was it who went Khmer and tried to cut through? Was it Pl0tterGhost? I don't remember, but yeah. Yeah, I will agree that this kind of favors fast imp, but another strat that I would really like here is what I hope Flying Mouse is going to go for, which is Feudal Boom with Burgundians, either with the Burgundians or Malay, but Malay were banned. But another thing you could do is just go Feudal Aggression, because players start with a Pl0ttered. So you can just bust through the wall, go for Feudal Army, and just play it like Arabia. It is not going to be as easy, because your opponent can just plug the hole while you're not looking. But yeah, that's an option. Yeah, exactly. So you go something like towers with scouts, or... I mean, personally, I've been doing just straight up archers, like, right? You do the build like you would in team games. You go double range archers. You bust through the wall, and you just start killing stuff. Even if you do not kill everything, you just do enough eco damage to put yourself in a position to have a good feudal lead, right? Like you get feudal upgrades and you go up, maybe you go up like 5 minutes later to Castle Age, but you have a better eco, which gives you a better chance to go up to Imperial faster. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Just go full 18 pop scouts, 18 pop archers. Okay, yeah, the king is just standing close to the Pl0tter, which is interesting. Oh, also, one thing that many people don't realize when they play this version of Arena is that your extra sheep, they actually spawn close to your tower. Okay, Chipmunk. Yeah, Chipmunk noticed that. Flying Mouse didn't. So, at the start of the game, you basically have to take them and send them to the base. Otherwise, you're going to be down 400 food for no reason. I don't know if the king can glitch attack. Oh, this is unfortunate. Yeah, the wolf, I mean, was unfortunate. Because Vils, they are faster than Pl0tter. So, if Chipmunk wanted, he could just chase down the Pl0tter and kill it. And that would be huge. And the Pl0tter, even if it fought back, it doesn't kill the Illumed Villager in one hit, so... Okay, yeah, we have Feudal for both players. Oh, Chipmunk is going Militia. But is he... Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you start with the barracks close to your tower, but so, yeah, he's making a couple of Militia. He's going to have to walk all the way around. So... the Militia are going to be here by tomorrow, basically. And Flying Mouse is being very cheeky with the king, just sitting in front of his opponent's base. Also, because you have King of the Field setting, you have Vision of the Middle, because of the monument, both players do. And Chipmunk, I mean, he went up, but aside from making the Militia, he didn't do any other military. No, he's coming forward with Vils. Flying Mouse will see the Vils coming through the middle. And if this... I mean, if this is Tower's Man-at-Arm, it's a little bit late. Yeah, and we have scouts coming from Flying Mouse. Yeah, it's Tower's Man-at-Arms. Ooh! Yep. Yep. That's one way to deal with the towers. So yeah, Flying Mouse just used the Pl0tter to kill the foundation. That's good value. And Chipmunk is kind of forgetting that he could just bust through with the Pl0tter. Yeah. Now he's going to bust through, but then why would you make the tower here? Well, I mean, aside from making sure that your opponent is not going to as easily revolt this. Okay, this is bad for Flying Mouse. Right, having a tower on your stone. Oh wait, actually no, because this is different from Standard Arena. So Standard Arena you have 2 golds and 1 stone, but here you have 2 stones. So it's not that bad. And he's Burgundians. So even if he's forced to stay longer in Feudal Age, he doesn't really care as much. He could... yeah, he doesn't have enough food for the moment, but for the time being, but yeah, he could get the Castle Age upgrade. Yeah, I don't like the counter tower either. I mean, I don't like it here. Right, as Flying Mouse, you are the defender, so you have more builds. just wait to see where Chipmunk is dropping the second tower, and you drop your tower in such a way that it kind of ranges that one. Because now, then yours goes up faster and you have a chance to deny your opponents. Okay, Flymouse kind of dropping everything here to keep these men-at-arms outside. Yeah, he will not have enough stone for a second tower for a while, because he's repairing this one. He's got 4 on stone, which should be enough eventually. The problem is Chipmunk is on stone himself. Yeah, now Flymouse, with a single archer, he's going to be able to keep these men-at-arms out. And honestly, the moment he gets enough stone... Yeah, Flymouse is fine. Right, I mean, even if Chipmunk keeps building towers, Flymouse can just drop towers of his own. But the thing is, Chipmunk will have to put vills inside the tower to fight. Flymouse can just put archers and keep his villagers producing. Or rather, producing resources. Yeah, but yeah, he's floating so much wood. I mean, these 5 vills could be on farms. You just put archers inside the tower. Okay, he got rid of that tower. He should probably take a vill and go here to wall this. Right, take, I don't know, 3 vills. Just walk around from the outside and plug this. So that your opponent has everything trapped inside of here and cannot go out. Okay, yeah, he's putting 2 archers. Yeah, he doesn't have the gold to keep up 2 ranges protection, but... And eco-wise... Oh, the issue is that eco-wise, Chipmunk is going to be ahead. Because... Oh, yeah, look at this. He's just booming away, undisturbed. I don't think he has lost a single forward vill. Maybe 1, because I think he sent 6. Yeah, I don't know why he made the second archer range, but he probably wanted something to wall with. But I mean, at that point, you could just drop a second blacksmith, right? Or a second market, which is bigger. Okay, this is good. He's going to bait the tower fire. He's going to send a lot of 2 gold. And we have castles from Chipmunk. And Chipmunk, yeah, he's now going to be sending more vills to stone. The moment he breaks through, he could just drop a castle in his opponent's base. Actually, scratch that. You don't need to break through, right? So here's what you do. As you're going up, you make more men-at-arms, and you send them forward. And then you come forward with vills, you drop a siege workshop, you make a siege tower, you take it here, you get the men-at-arms out to keep the villagers away, and you use your own villagers to just come here and drop a castle on the TC. Or, yeah, you just go forward castle and you do petards, but I like siege towers. Now, Flymaster is going to be able to click up any moment now. But he's going to be, what, 2 minutes behind with the uptime. And I don't think he has enough vills on stone. I think he needs to have more vills on stone. And why are we not clicking up? Ooh, click up. No, stop doing vills. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think you need to take more vills off gold and put them to stone. Yeah, that castle is going to be enough. Honestly, with this castle, then Chipmunk can do pretty much whatever he likes, right? He can just go petards. He could go petards, he could go, I don't know, siege workshop rams. He can do anything. Or just use this castle to take down this stuff. You take your opponent's stone and then you drop a second castle. Yeah, you can do anything here. It's losing some vills to the tower, which is not ideal, but yeah. Now you're good. Flymouse, still a single villager. He's buying stone, isn't it? Yeah. He's buying stone, so he probably wants a defensive castle. Which is... okay, I guess. Now the sad news from Flymouse is that he didn't make use of his Burgundian bonuses. So he didn't get Castle Age upgrades while in Feudal Age. I don't like that castle. I think you delete this farm and you make the castle here, no? Because otherwise, I mean, Chipmunk can just take down this market and this house and he can just walk around with petards. Yeah, I know defensive castle will not fix the petard, but let's say the castle was here. It would at least be in, you know, in between the enemy castle and the TC, so the petards would have to be careful about that. But yeah. Also, I wouldn't mind seeing, like, delete this farm and just make stone walls, right, like this. Just do not leave an open path to your TC. Yeah, I can see why he would want to protect gold, because this one is exposed, and realistically from this position maybe he wants to go fast imp, or rather not fast imp but up to imp behind this and trap his enemy's castle down. But the thing is, if you lose the gold, you're not necessarily dead, you're not in a good position, but you're not dead. If you lose the TC, you're dead. So I don't know, I would rather see the castle here and then maybe use stone wall like this to protect gold instead. Ooh, true. True. So, yeah, Flymouse could just go petards and use Nick them to your opponent's base. Wait, let's see. What? Also, Chipmunk is making samurais, not... oh, he wants to go rams instead of... rams instead of petards, okay. But yeah, I mean, Flymouse could go this way. He would have to then walk from here to the TC and there's villagers in the way, but yeah, he could do that. Especially if he's fighting Chipmunk at the same time, because then Chipmunk will just hear an attack notification, but he might not look back at home. He might just be thinking, okay, it's something from over here. And Samurai Ram is is not going to work. I know there's 6 ramps, but there's mangonels from, well, yeah, there's going to be mangonels from Flymouse. Flymouse, please, you saw the, okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. You saw the samurai. You know there's a siege workshop with something over there. Yeah, just don't wall your TC. Okay, Flymouse, he's slowly but surely getting to Imperial Age resources. Chipmunk is not. Because, well, he sent most of his eco forward. Well, not most of his eco, but a lot of his eco forward. And he's just jumping gold and food into Samurai. He's got 7 rams. Yeah, Chipmunk. Is 2 mangonels enough here? I feel like you need like at least 3 if you're going to fight against the rams. Okay, yeah. No, good news is that rams are dumb when they get out of siege workshops. So 2 are just going to be sitting there. He could get, yeah. Okay, nice shot. Let's go. Okay, let's go, Flymouse. Okay, 2 rams down. 3 rams down. We got scorpions, we got castle, we got everything basically. Okay, just castle will go okay, no, I think Flymouse is dead. There's too many samurai to, I mean, he just needed to wall. Actually, hold on. Hold it. Hold it. Repair, please. Well, he could go up to imp if he wanted to. I guess. But yeah, no, this is going to go down. Yeah, he knows that and he just calls the GG. That's a shame. Like, imagine if you just walled either like this or like this. You just sit behind with mangonels and you're laughing. Right? Yeah. So yeah, Chipmunk takes the set 2-0. Wait, what's this?
Bonjour.
I didn't see this. What is this about? Okay. Ah, yeah, Chipmunk is sorry, Flymouse is German. Yeah, this was a nice game. Again, Flymouse just needed more walls. If he's got walls, he's fine. He could go up to imp, you claim this castle, and then suddenly your opponent has a non-existent eco and no map presence. And you're Burgundians. And you just take it from there. Okay. So, yeah, let's look. Yeah, I didn't look at the statistics for game 1 because, well, there wasn't much to look. But yeah, he was ahead in resources, not by that much, but it makes sense. He was under pressure. Similar up times. But yeah, he was ahead in bills. Oh, very similar APM, actually. Okay, so that was the first set. Let's go back to drafts and see the second set. Okay. So, second set is going to be between Maxi and Pl0tterGhost. So Maxi, he's a player from the Czech Republic, sitting at around 1500, but he has a highest of 1793. And if you don't know Maxi, he has been playing in the league for a long time, and he does crazy plays. I think every single game I casted from Maxi, he sent one of his starting villagers forward to lane together with the scout. I've seen him douche, I've seen him trash, I've seen him trying to lame on arena. The guy's insane, and that's probably why he has this difference in elo. He's actually good when he plays quote-unquote standard, when he plays in a more standard way. I played him last season, and I almost got 2-0'd. And he wasn't playing as crazy as it normally does. He was playing in a more structured way, if anything. But yeah, the guy's good. The guy's very good, so I'm happy to see. The guy's very good. He's a blast to cast. I can't wait for this set. Now, his opponent is going to be Pl0tterGhost, a player from the Netherlands, who, just like Maxi, has been with us for a long time. I think he's been with us for longer than Maxi has. If I'm not mistaken, Maxi joined during the Alaska-themed season, whereas Pl0tterGhost has been with us maybe since season 1. Now, Tech might correct me on this, but Pl0tterGhost has been with us, if not season 1, at least season 3 or 2. Oh yeah, and he played in the King of Ireland tournament as well, so yeah. He's a long-time enjoyer of Tech's maps. So yeah, there's going to be a slight elo difference if you look at current rating, and a 200 elo difference if you look at the highest rating. But this should be an interesting set. Pl0tterGhost has taken games from higher rated opponents in the past, so we'll see. Okay, yeah, he played in Alchemy League Season 1. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Maxi... sorry, not Maxi, I read the name. So the map for Game 1 is going to be Archipelago, just like in the previous set. So this was played in Round 5 as well. As for Game 2, we're going to have Oasis. Of course, we're going to have this league's version of Oasis. As for civs, we have the 5 usual bands, which are random. So Aztecs, Vikings, Berbers, Britons, and Incas. Seeing Vikings when there's Archipelago is actually quite nice. It's one of those civs that when you have water maps, you either want to pick or to ban, depending on whether you get the first pick or not. So those are out of the way. Maxi bans Hindustanis and Goths. Not surprised by Goths because you can do some crazy stuff with those. I'm a little bit surprised by Hindustanis. I guess you could... Yeah, I mean, there's Oasis, so yeah, that's a fine ban. Pl0tterGhost bans Vietnamese and Italians. Both very good saves, so nothing to say about that. Okay, Maxi got his Teuton pick sniped, and he sniped Spanish. Now, I'm surprised that Pl0tterGhost sniped Teutons when Maxi got Persians, right? Especially when you have a sudden death situation. I think Persians are just insane on that one. So okay, that's interesting. So yeah, Maxi is left with Persians, Koreans, and Malians, whereas Pl0tterGhost, he's left with Armenians and Saracens and Huns. So he's got 2 very good civs for Archipelago, and Huns, well, they're good. I like Huns everywhere, so, but I guess he's going to be playing them on Oasis. Okay, so without further ado, let me load up the first game and see what they have for us. Alrighty. Game 1. on Archipelago. We have Armenians for Maxi, and we have Armenians for Pl0tterGhost, and we have Koreans for Maxi. Here in teal, in gray, whereas Pl0tterGhost is playing in yellow. Okay, so Maxi got quite lucky with the deer generation, whereas Pl0tterGhost not so lucky. Same goes for the boars. It is quite common on this version of Archipelago to get your boars and your deer behind the wood line or right on your coastline because, well, your island is smaller compared to, let's say, island. So I guess there's less space for deer and boars to spawn, so it's more likely they're going to be in a bad position. But yeah, let's see if Pl0tterGhost can manage to push these deers. I think you should be able to push at least 2 without becoming too crazy. I mean, there's nothing else you have to do with your king at this stage of the game, right? So you might as well just micro and get the deer. But yeah, I think you get 2 and that's it, because otherwise you're going to be spending too much on food, too much time on food, and not enough on wood in the long run, which is not what you want on islands. But anyway, the fact that Pl0tterGhost went for Armenians tells me that he might be wanting to play water, so playing the standard, so no castle drop shenanigans or whatnot. Please do not dock here. Please, Pl0tterGhost, don't. Okay, cool. Okay, so he realized there's no fish here, so he's going here. He doesn't see the deep fish, but yeah, it's over there. Okay, so that's good. Maxi, is he going? Okay, he's going for this dock, which is sad. I mean, Ray, I played 3 docks galleys on this map, right? You open 3 docks and you just go galleys. 2 docks. I mean, I guess you could do 2 docks as well. It's just if you're against someone who goes 3 docks, then you just get slapped in the face. Oh, yeah, Ray. It's understandable. Oh yeah, I think playing water here is the play. Now, I'm not sure. So the one thing I'm still not sure about is whether you dock towards your tower island or if you dock towards your opponent. Right? Because on one hand, if you dock towards your own island, you have your galleys right there if you want to prevent a castle drop. But it looks like if you dock towards your opponent's island, you get more fish. Now this might depend on the generation, but yeah, there's more fish on this side. The thing is, there isn't really a forward or backward possibility here, because if you dock forward, you get no fish. If you dock backward, you get no fish. So you're always docking sideways. And so whether you're close to your opponent's dock or not really depends on if you're docking on the same side. Right, so let's say I go and dock here. I'm going to be closer to my opponent's dock if he docked here. Whereas if he docked here, I'm going to be very far away from him. And there's these islands in the middle, which make it very awkward for ships to to sail through the map. Which is also why I believe 3 docks is better, because it's going to be taking time for your opponent to get you your island anyway. So yeah, I prefer 3 docks. But that might also be because I've been doing that build a lot for other tournaments, so I'm just... my mind is set on that one. Okay, double lumber camp for Pl0tterGhost, he's up to feudal. Double lumber camp for Maxi, he's up to feudal as well. He's going to be able to afford... oh, that's a nice mining camp. So both players will be able to afford the second dock. That's a bit late. Oh, Pl0tterGhost is not building a second dock, what? And it's 4 fishing ships. He's going archer range? Oh. Actually... okay, so... this... finish the blacksmith though. So... this could be interesting, because... I just realized this, but you should know that the way your stone and your gold spawn, they tend to be on the outside of this imaginary circle that you have around your TC, which is where the woodlines spawn, right? So I'm guessing the way the map spawns is that you have your TC, then you have like this range where you have your woodline spawn, and then you have an outer circle where your stone and golds spawn. So honestly, if you go for archers, there's a good chance you're going to be able to deny stone and gold. And wait, Maxi doesn't know about the... yeah, Maxi doesn't know about the archers, but he's building a tower on his gold. Huh? Now, good news for Pl0tterGhost is that he's going galleys against fire, so he should be able to fight this. Also, yeah, we made archers, but we have no transport ship. So, we're kinda stuck here. Maybe he was expecting some land pressure from Maxi. And Maxi is going for stone. Huh. So Max is going to have enough stone eventually to go and drop a castle on his opponent's island. He's not too far away from Castle Age. We have 2 docks. Do we have... yeah, it's 2 docks for both players. So they're not going too crazy on water. Maxi does have the numbers advantage. They both have fletching, but of course Pl0tterGhost being Armenians, his galleys, they shoot an extra projectile. So... yeah, and Maxi is keeping 2 galleys at home. He's got the fires, but they're weak, so he can just dodge the arrows from the galleys and take down the fires in the meantime. Well, not if he loses numbers, but yeah. Okay, Maxi, yeah, he's going to click up to castle. And... yeah. So, what was the archer range about? Yeah, I'm not sure. I was hoping he was going for some kind of landing, but no. And yeah, actually it would have made more sense to to land and build an archer range on your opponent's island. Although it's quite difficult to do that sneakily because, well, again, the islands are pretty small, so you should have good vision on all of it. But yeah, again, if this was a standard map, then sure, landing could be very strong. I mean standard as in you do not have this tower, which determines whether you live or die, but let's say you go landing. A single tower he can drop can deny most of the wood line, if not all. Like a tower here and one here. Your opponent suddenly has no wood access, right? Same goes for Maxi. Tower here, you're not cutting wood. So yeah. But yeah, Maxi is up to castle. Do we have a transport? We do. We have 11 bills. So they were enough in the previous game because of the Sicilian bonus. Let's see if they're going to be enough here for the Koreans. Does Pl0tterGhost... Okay, Pl0tterGhost sees that. There's the castle. The tower is not in range. Maybe it is, barely. Okay, if the tower is not in range, then Pl0tterGhost has a chance here. Because he's going to have the advantage on water. Maxi is not getting the war galley upgrade. But Maxi already has Bodkin arrow. And it doesn't look like it ranges. Maybe it does, barely. I don't know, the castle is also attacking the towers. Yeah, I think Maxi realized. But honestly, in this situation, I don't think you need the siege workshop. Right? If you just click on the tower and look at the HP, just make war wagons. War wagons have bonus damage against buildings, so you make like 5, 3, and you just take it down, or just make petards, yeah. But yeah, I think Pl0tterGhost is going to lose here. Yeah, Maxi can now take down the tower with villagers. Militia will not be able to help because of the castle. Yeah, rocket guard will come in handy. Rocket guards are actually insane to take down towers because they ignore armor. They ignore the building armor. Now, they do not ignore the one you get from masonry, if I'm not mistaken. So masonry is actually better against rocket guards than it is against mangonels. But until you get masonry, yeah, they're insane. Yep, GG. Oh, Monesi, scusami, non avevo visto il messaggio. So, yeah. Maxi takes game 1. I'm still not sure what the archers were, what the archer range was about. Because he made the archer range, he made archers, he didn't make a single transport ship. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Maxi overall played this in a more standard way. And he took the win. Pl0tterGhost, I don't know, he was more eco-focused. He dropped the range. Maybe he thought this was a hybrid map, so he was in some way connected to his opponent's island, but you're not. And maybe he thought you could walk on this. I don't know. I mean, we saw Archipelago being played quite a bit in Sprint 1. So even if this was his first time playing the map, I believe he had some examples to look at. Whereas with maps like, I don't know, our version of this version of Black Forest, I don't think I've seen anyone play that. I played it once today against Otter, but that's it. I don't think I've seen other games being played on Black Forest in the tournament. But yeah. Okay, so let's look at statistics. Yeah, I mean, Pl0tterGhost was ahead in Eco because he invested more into that, but it feels like Maxi was playing the map and the settings more than his opponent did. Yeah, again, 2 dogs. I mean, yeah, sure, maybe with 2 dogs you can pull off a build where you go up a build faster than the player going 3 dogs. But then, okay, you show up with 2 galleys. By the time you get here, your opponent's already up to fuel age, and he's going to have 3 galleys in production already. So you get here with 2 galleys, you get them shot down by 3 galleys, maybe you take 1 fishing ship, maybe not. And then it just snowballs from there. So I don't know. Anyway. Let's load up game 2 and see what they did on... Wait, what was it, game 2? Oh, Oasis, yeah. Oasis, okay. Okay, so we have Pl0tterGhost here in the yellow playing as the Saracens, and we have Maxi in the grey playing as the Persians. Maxi, okay, is he doing... Oh yeah, let's go Maxi. Maxi doing Maxi things. He's going forward with one of the starting builds. He got Loom straight away, but one thing... So yeah, he used the petards on the wolves because they were chasing the whales. There's a lot of wolves on this map, so he needs to be careful about that. Okay, he's going to kill the wolf with the tower, blocking with the king. Yeah, let's go Maxi. Let's go, that's the energy I want to see. Hey Jack. This is why I love watching Maxi. To be fair, I laugh at that, but we didn't see that, but on Archipelago you have wolves on your island. So I've had, when I was trying to build in single player, for a couple of times I just used my petard on the wolf to prevent it from attacking my villagers, because I didn't want to get Loom just to get my dock up. So yeah, I laughed at that, but I think sometimes you do need to use the petard on the wolf. And look at Maxi. Yeah, he didn't want to try and block the villager, because otherwise he would have get shot. Would have gotten shot by the TC. We actually saw that happen. I forgot who it was. I know Otter clipped the moment. I think it was Oliver Atom. He was playing against Haro. Basically, Oliver was trying to block the villager with the king within the TC range, and he just got his king killed by the TC and lost the game there. I don't know, Tech. I think it's just the usual Maxi thing. Just send a will forward and be annoying. There's no loom from Pl0tterGhost. Okay, Maxi is a madman. He's sacrificing King HP just to block villagers, so that she could have just so that she could shank the enemy villager. He's just going to be a pest. He's here to stay. I mean, right, it depends on the map, right? Doing it here, I don't think it's that good to use your petard on the sheep, because, well, there's tons of extra sheep around the map and you have the king to go around to get those. Maxi. Oh wait, the petard could take down the building. Oh no, okay, no, it's too late. Ooh, ooh, ooh! Oh. Don't tell me. Yeah, Maxi. He's just going to run. I mean, he's idling villagers. That's good value. He's idling villagers. He killed the deer all the way out here. And now Pl0tterGhost is left questioning, is he going to be making militia from this? Yeah, right, I can see that being good on other maps, but again, here you get so many sheep that realistically, if you kill 7 sheep with a petard, I mean, you just send your king out and you have these extra sheep, right? Okay, Pl0tterGhost getting closer to click up. He built a barracks. Probably forgot he already has one, so if he wants to go for feudal play, doesn't really need to build one. He's up. Maxi is not that far away from feudal age. He could probably get up if he... Yeah, he's going to get that villa out, drop the food and just click up. And yeah, he's going to be later by about 20 seconds because it's Persian, so he goes up faster. Also, okay, he had to mill his deer because he went forward with the king. He's getting the extra sheep. He didn't get his second board. Does he not know about that one? Yeah, he didn't scout it. Yeah, now going to gold. And he should be able to drop a range. Okay, militia. Queued up in this one though. Probably by mistake. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Maxi, you both did. I've seen many players forget about the starting barracks during this tournament, which is fun. Okay, Maxi going forward. Is it going forward range? Yeah. Okay, I like the forward range. Especially if you get it down by your tower, because then you're going to have military protecting this area. And honestly, Maxi here, he could easily stonewall to the edge of the map if he wanted to. He needs to be careful to not lose. Did he see those fields? Yeah, I think Pl0tterGhost wants to stonewall himself. So it's going to be forward range. Skirmishers for Maxi. Oh wait, he made 5 man at arms. Okay, I missed that. And he denied the range. Holy crap. Hey Lucky Carms, thanks for the raid. Welcome everyone. As you can see, we are casting Alchemy League Season 8. We are currently watching Maxi against Pl0tterGhost. Now, this is a play L2. So, this is game 2 and it's going to be the last one for this set. Maxi ahead by 1 game. And for those who do not know about this format, basically, it's a million's way to die in the Middle Ages. So this is played on King of the Hill settings. So there's a monument in the middle. It is played on sudden death. So you lose your starting TC, you lose the game. Thank you for the follow. You lose this tower, you lose the game. And you have a king, so you lose that one, and you lose the game. And Maxi, he is ignoring all of that, and he is just causing as much problems as he can in his opponent's base. He denied this range, which was very good. Of course, Pl0tterGhost made the second one, but he is missing fletching. It's already in for Maxi. He's got forward man-at-arms. He could just... Wait, he made 8 more... Oh, Jesus. He made so many man-at-arms. And yeah, these villagers are trapped. If Pl0tterGhost tries to destroy a house or a lumber camp to run away, yeah, he's just going to get sniped by the man-at-arms. Oh, there was a hole! Yeah, and Maxi did not attack. He noticed the hole. And he said, no, no, no. Yeah, Pl0tterGhost calls the GG. Okay, so... Sorry, let me see if I can do... I forget how that's done. Is it with the slash? Also, this time I'm not going to... Okay, yeah, I do not know how to do a shoutout. I'm sorry about that. I'm an noob streamer. So, yeah, Maxi takes game 2. In a very convincing way. Pl0tterGhost was walling to the side, but Maxi just doesn't care. He's going to just cause wreck havoc in your base. Okay, thank you, Otter. Thank you very much. And yeah, I mean, Pl0tterGhost, his TC is not threatened, his king is not threatened, his tower is not threatened, but he lost a lot of vills. Actually, Maxi has a lot of idle TC time, so he actually has the same amount of vills, but not. I mean, not for long. These 9 vills are going to die, and it's sudden death. So it's 1 TC. You're against a Persian TC. You cannot drop extra TC, so that's going to be a huge eco lead for Maxi and Pl0tterGhost. Pl0tterGhost realizes that. Okay, so a quick look at statistics. And then we can move on to the next set. All right, so for our third set, we have YoSoyPacho against Empire. So YoSoyPacho, whose in-game name is Justinian 14223. He is a player from Colombia. He has a current rating of 1600, but as you can see, he has a highest of 1750. And he's been playing in the league for, I think it's 4 seasons now. I think he joined with the space-themed season. And he has improved a lot since then. So despite the rating, he has taken games from people who are like 200, even 300 higher, 200, 300 elo higher than him. So he's a very good player. And he's going to be playing against another player from Colombia, Empire, who I believe joined this season. Actually, no, yeah, he joined this season. Who, as you can see, has a lower rating currently than YoSoyPacho, but he has a highest rating. So technically speaking, he has the heal advantage, whereas, well, YoSoyPacho has the experience advantage when it comes to Alchemy League. Okay. So, first map is going to be Gold Rush. So this was played in round 7. And second game is going to be on Saltmarsh. And Empire, he went for 2 random bans at the start and then just manually banned. There's a player who does full random drafts into League. I forget who it is. Maybe he'll come to mind. So for civs, we have the usual 5 random bans. In this case, we have Malay, Lithuanians, Slavs, Magyar, and Bohemians. As for player bans, we have Persians and Mongols from YoSoyPacho, very strong civs. Empire, he went for a random ban of the Koreans and then went for Khmer. Of course, both players get sniped. So it is Georgians sniped by Empire, whereas YoSoyPacho sniped Chinese. Meaning that YoSoyPacho was left with Romans, Vikings, and Mayans, whereas Empire was left with Japanese, Italians, and Byzantines. So, nice drafts. I see a couple of water civs. Well, Japanese are more of a hybrid civ, but yeah. But there's no water, so I'm curious to see how that's going to be playing out. Whereas for YoSoyPacho, yeah, it's more standard civs when you have maps like this. Yeah, Mayans are a standard pick on Gold Rush because of the longer lasting resources. And Romans can be good pretty much everywhere. Okay, so let me load up the game and we can jump straight into that. So, here we go. Let's change. All right. So, game 1, we have Gold Rush and it's Byzantines from Empire. And it is Mayans from YoSoyPacho. Okay. So, quite nice map for Empire. Gold Rush, it really depends on the version, but it has always been quite easy to wall compared to, let's say, Arabia. So depending on the player, well, not specifically in this league, but in other tournaments, you sometimes see people just wall up and go fast castle. And, well, Empire could quite easily do that, right? He's got safe gold and stone here in the back. His wood lines they can act as natural walls. YoSoyPacho, on the other hand, he's got a pretty open map with forward gold, which is not great to see. And his king looks amazing. Also, I think this is the first time I see the fortified tower from a Mesociv. That's nice. But yeah, let's see what they have in mind. Now, Byzantines, I don't know what he might be going for. I would love to see some kind of full spearman and skirmisher play in Feudal Age. Hopefully we see that, although I'm not too sure. And yeah, it's probably not a fast castle save in this situation. I don't think he picked Byzantines thinking, oh, if I have a good map, I can just go FC into something. Because realistically, what do you fast castle into? Did I say fast imp? I meant fast castle. Realistically, what do you go for with Byzantines if you go fast castle? Knights with no bloodlines? Yeah, exactly. Numa Numa, yeah. uh, I wonder if the younger generations know about that actually.
Yes.
Okay, so Empire going for a mill, so... Oh wait, no, this is a 1v1, not a TG. I'm sorry, every time I see a mill in a build, I just think, oh, this is going to be scouts, because otherwise you would go for the mining camp. I'm just that used to playing team games. No! That's sad. I hate when boards do that. They seem to be doing that a lot recently. Oh, Otter, there was another player from the Numa clan during the space-themed season. So maybe you're getting two players confused. Yeah, Ragnar. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, resources. Ooh, actually. Oh no, okay, it's Mayan, so it's going to be 20 bills uptime instead of 8. Ooh, 18 bills for Empire. So is this going to be scouts? I mean, he's not on gold. Yeah, this is going to be scout opening from Empire. Makes sense. I mean, you have cheaper skirmishers, so it's kind of easy for you to eventually drop a range and make skirms and support your scouts. Support your scouts with. Okay, Empire finding the tower with the king. He needs to be careful not to lose it. Or rather, not to lose him. And YoSoyPacho is slowly walling the sides. I like that. I mean, it's cheaper walls. You have an extra bill anyway, so... That's nice. Empire's gold's fused. No. He's got one over here and one over here. So you have 7 tiles and 4 tiles. Same as YoSoyPacho. Oh no, 3 tiles it's on the standard version of double archer range. Wait, is this going double archer range skirmisher opening? Kinda makes sense against the Mayans actually. Especially on a map where you start with no scout. So there's no eagle on the field. Of course, YoSoyPacho already has the barracks, so he could be making an eagle if he wanted to. But... yeah. Okay, this is nice. But yeah, also, going back to your question, yeah, I think 3 tiles is the standard version that you get on ladder, whereas here in the league you have 7 and 4. I mean, I've already played my set on this map and I had the exact same amount of gold, so I think it's just standard for the league. Yeah, I like the trash opening. He's not bothering with the spears because, well, you're against Mayans, so there's not going to be scouts anyway. And YoSoyPacho is just hanging around with this militia. I think with this amount of skirmishers can just one-shot a wolf, no? Yeah, it's 3... so it's 24 at 24 damage. Okay, yeah, now you just one-shot the wolf. And Empire. Oh, he gets his gold. Just fight it. It's 3 militia and 2 are kind of weak, so just fight it off with villagers. But yeah, now he's switching to gold, so he's going to be able to... Yeah, and YoSoyPacho is adding... Okay, he's adding an eagle. Does he know about the... Okay, he saw the ranges. Yeah, he probably saw the skirmishers, and now he's going to go for eagles. The good thing about eagles is that they can just walk through the middle because they count as scouts, so the wolves do not attack them. Petard. Yeah, it's going to go down. But YoSoyPacho here is going to be walled. Empire. Yeah, he's coming through here. He'll find a wall, so yeah. Yeah, he's not going to be finding any damage. But he also managed to keep the militia out. Which is good. Dropping farms. So yeah, overall he's not going to be finding damage. But he's going to have enough skirmishers to eventually break through when the archers come. Ooh. No, he's not. Yeah, look at this. YoSoyPacho already has the armor. He's gonna attack. Yeah, he's going to pounce on these skirmishers with the eagles. He even went for his second barracks. Just to be sure. I mean, that makes sense, right? Eagles, they do produce very slowly in Feudal Age. So yeah, I like the second barracks, especially if you're expecting trash from the Byzantines. Yeah, these skirmishers are... no. Okay, no, they can probably run to the tower. Yeah, they'll run to the tower and just get help. Oh, I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Okay, yeah, YoSoyPacho goes back because he doesn't want to gift his opponent HP for free. This could be risky. Empire is walling his king out. And YoSoyPacho, if he notices... Okay, no, he's going back with the king. But if he noticed that king, he could just go there with the eagles and take it down. And he's making a lot of eagles. Yeah, he has 11 eagles. These are the starting militia. I mean, you could probably delete a wall and put them in the tower just to heal, right? Oh yeah, he's going to get through now. If he finds a single tile of palisade like this one, he could probably destroy it with the petard and get through with the eagles. Or, you know, get arson. Yeah, there we go. You weaken the house, maybe attack the same house that you weakened with the petard. No? Okay, never mind. That could have been good. If arson was already in, and you started attacking the house as soon as you petarded it, with all of the eagles, I think he might have gotten through. Yeah, I mean, I like the skirmishers as well. He also did not lose them to the eagles, which was very good, because now he's going to have the mass. That said, YoSoyPacho is getting closer and closer to Castle Age. And now eagles cannot really threaten this when you have archers in the mix as well. The Empire, yeah, he's just going to stay with archers behind the walls. Now Empire needs to be aware of his walls. I would even... Look, I'd say just go stone walls, right? You're not going to be dropping extra TCs anyway because it's sudden death. Just stonewall. If you want to keep eagles out, I think you need to be stonewalling. Like a madman. Yeah. That will go down by the time he gets there. I mean, a stone gate here is enough to keep them out. Or... okay, no, he's going to get there in time. Yeah, they're not out repairing. The house will go down. Empire needs to realize that. Oh, this is going to be bad. Yep. Eagles are through. And YoSoyPacho almost castled. So, if he manages to keep this open... if he has a way inside his opponent's space with the eagles... yeah, that's going to be an issue for Empire. 4 barracks total. Okay, yeah, YoSoyPacho is going all in. And honestly... I mean... if you get enough eagles with Arson, you can take down the TC, no? It's Byzantine, though. So in castle, it's going to get to, what, 3k HP? Okay, yeah, he put them in the tower to heal up. Okay, Empire was that one up. He lost 4 vills total. Eagles are just running around, 20 eagles on the field. Eagle war coming in, we got the armor, we got the squires upgrade for the speed. And YoSoyPacho, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I would like to see villagers on stone from YoSoyPacho now. Keep map control with the eagles and then eventually just send your whole eagle here to drop a castle on the tower. You take the tower and you win the game, basically. But yeah, he's going to clean this up. Empire not even getting crossbow upgrade. Actually, it might be queued. No, it's not queued. Okay. And he still has the king over here. Okay, militia are now going to be coming around. And we have a man-at-arms switch from Empire. Yeah, I mean, if you're dealing with this amount of eagles, yeah. Because, honestly, against this amount of barracks... I mean, if you had... yeah, if you had bloodlines, maybe you could think about knights. But no bloodlines. I think the eagles could take the fight. Because they do have bonus damage against cavalry. Not that much, but they do have it. Also, something to keep in mind is that the monument is at 230 years. And it's in YoSoyPacho's control, so... even if Empire doesn't die here, but he's forced into staying in his own base... this could become an issue. We have seen a game being won because of the monument, so... well, not today, but in a previous casting session. Crossbows, ooh, nice. Nice surround. There's a hill as well. Okay, he's going to use the golds. Yeah, just stack them up. Yeah, these eagles are dead. No, don't move. Okay, no, the crossbows are dead. Never mind. I think if he stayed there, the crossbows killed everything. But yeah. Empire, yeah, he was on stone, but he realizes, well, I lost this. There's eagles in my base because...
Shot it.
Yeah, the men-at-arms, the sneaky men-at-arms, they took down the house.
Shot it.
Well, not even men-at-arms, still militia. But yeah. So YoSoyPacho takes the first game by basically playing kind of standard, right? He didn't bother with the tower, didn't bother with the TC for doing some castle drops, didn't bother with the king. He just played clean. Just went eagles, he had a plan, and it paid out. Yeah, I mean, eco-wise, to be fair, eco-wise he was not that far. Actually, it was what, 30 minutes game? Sure, he was ahead by, but not by that much. Just for vills. Okay. So let's go for game 2, which is going to be... I've already forgotten what the map was. Oh yeah, Saltmarsh, sorry. Is it... Can you load? Okay, thank you. Alright, so Saltmarsh. We have Italians for Empire here in the blue, and we have Vikings for YoSoyPacho here in purple. So this is Saltmarsh. We have a piss water generation. I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, you can walk on this. I think, yeah, it's only the darker areas. There are some areas where you cannot walk. I think it's like this one. This should be dockable. I forget. I played this a couple of times, but I forget if it is dockable. But yeah, this is walkable. Yeah, looking at the minimap, yeah, this is not walkable. Looking at the minimap. So we have ways to go around with villagers and units, but yeah. Yeah, I guess the Vikings is for... It's because of the docks, but then... I think water control comes into play too late. Right? Like, I don't think you're going to be going feudalist galleys on this. Unless I'm missing something. I think the other time I casted this map, it was a Niels game, and he went Lithuanians. He went for the instant militia. And he just went around to kill chickens, because as far as I can tell, chickens are the standard spawn here, right? You never get deers. Okay, Empire basically wasting the Pl0tter here. Okay, he's going to be able to save it. Yeah, Pl0tter in the lumber camp as it's getting built could be nice, but can you get there in time? Because Pl0tters, they move very slowly. Guess you could. But honestly, what I've wanted to see for a long time now is for the Pl0tters to be used defensively. As in, we've seen a lot of people just castle drop the tower. If you just hang around with the Pl0tter, you could probably Pl0tter the foundations of the castle and basically deny that. Well, Ray, that's on you. You're no the one who didn't sign up. But hey, Ray, next season it's going to be hyper random, so it's still going to be very fun. Although I would argue that this season has been more fun for the casters than it has been for the players. Because of the tower situation. Although I would say I had fun. I've been having fun in my sets. Well playing. Okay, so yeah, Empire wanted to pull off an 18 build like he did in previous game, but yeah, you got chickens, so it's not going to be as easy. He milled them. Did YoSoyPacho? Yeah, no, YoSoyPacho went for the mill. He's just ignoring the chickens. But yeah, he's up to feudal. YoSoyPacho getting loom now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's good value. That's good for YoSoyPacho. I'm kind of surprised that Empire was just hanging around with the Pl0tter. Seems kind of a waste. Okay, now YoSoyPacho is going out to get the chickens. Honestly, I'm just happy neither of them went for the funnel. I hate the funnel. And Empire is making an extra barracks. Again, people keep forgetting that you start with the barracks. Now watch him get to feudal age without the barracks completed. And he adds a... Oh no, never mind. He's not going to try to add an archer range. Oh, there we go. Stable. He deletes... No! Just complete it. Dude. Like you're getting what? 7 wood from that? By deleting it, might as well finish it and just use it as part of your wall, no? That must have been a... He must have tilted. A little bit. 100? How did you get 100? Like, you get... I mean, when you delete a building, like, let's say you delete it at 50%, don't you get back 50% of the cost of the building itself? And if you delete it at 70%, you get back 30% and so on. No, the barracks was 96% up. That's why I would have liked for him to finish it. Oh, Otter, I don't know if you looked back at that game on Black Forest we had. My boars were awful. Like, I had a lake between my base and the place where my boars and my deer were. It was awful to get them back to the base. Okay, so Empire going for scouts. He's got 4 on the field. YoSoyPacho is just defending with a single spear. He's going for scouts himself. Which I like when playing Vikings. I do like opening scouts. You get the farm, you get the wheelbarrow for free, which is quite nice for, where is it? Okay, yeah, it's over here there, but where is it? Okay, economy. No, that's caravan. Yeah, wheelbarrow for free, which is quite nice for your farming eco. And of course, being on scouts, you do want a good farming eco. Why does he have the king? Okay, I might have to look back at that. So I think something similar to what happened to one of my sets. In one of my sets happened there. Ooh, YoSoyPacho finding kills. Okay, that's nice. That's 2 kills. Empire coming back, but... I mean, HP-wise... Yeah, there's an extra scout coming. Yeah, but this is open. He just runs out. And Fortune is coming in. Okay, so YoSoyPacho really going all in. Well, not all in, but really investing into scouts. And he's almost fully walled. Just missing this piece of wall. Yeah, exactly. 2 barracks would have been nice against 2 stables. Especially when your starting barracks is all the way out here. Okay, so eco-wise... Where is it? There it is. So 400 more res collected for YoSoyPacho. Oh, I don't think Empire noticed. Okay, I don't think he noticed about forging. But he does have the HP advantage. Okay, he was microing the scouts very well. Getting them on the right enemy. Cleans up the scouts. He's going to get the spear as well. And now if he goes out, he can just get that last house. Yeah. But... yeah, YoSoyPacho is up to castle. Empire is quite far away from castle age. And he's dropping his second stable. Okay, this... it's probably too much of an investment from Empire. And granted, he... okay, he might actually seen the forging upgrade on the scout. And thought that YoSoyPacho was investing a lot into feudal age. And that's why he dropped the second stable. But honestly, YoSoyPacho just got forging. And then just stopped making scouts. He's now adding the second stable. So he's going to be opening knights. Not something you normally see with Vikings, but he probably knows, judging by the number of scouts and the fact that he killed 2 vills, that he's way ahead with the uptime. And so he figures, well, if I go knights, until he gets to castle age, I still have the advantage, tech-wise. He's even making more scouts on the way up. Yeah, that's true. YoSoyPacho's map is wide open in the front. So, castle here or here. Oh, actually here would be amazing. Denied this stone, denied this one. And you get the gold. Empire is quite far away from Castle Age. And he's not walled. And he's going to be walling like this, I think. He's not going to be using the wood lines. He's got 17 scouts on the field. Did he get... No, no bloodlines. Okay, he's still getting his kill. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's going full spears. But he's going to be in feudal age for a long, long time if he does that. And again, double barracks would have been useful here. And there's a hole. There's always a hole. YoSoyPacho takes the farm. I mean, YoSoyPacho's win condition is just go around and find damage, right? Okay, yeah, Empire is going to block that, but how do you deal with this amount of light cav in your base? Yeah, he's going to go back because there's spears from YoSoyPacho, but again, Empire is never clicking up to castle it at this rate. Maybe if he dropped the market and sold some... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Send the barn. Okay, this could work if it wasn't for this. Like, there's 10 knights on the field. Sure, you got scouts, but yeah, this is not going to be working. I mean, if you still had your Pl0tter, then maybe. But no, this is going to be a massacre. Yeah. Yeah, YoSoyPacho will kill everything. He even rhymes with the king. Yeah, and Empire calls the GG. He knows that's... Yeah, again, maybe if he had a Pl0ttered, you break through the fortified palisade, you get the vills in, maybe you wall the knights out, maybe. Oh, he also got a high HP generation on the tower. Yeah, no, yeah. This was never going to be working. Because, oh yeah, something I forgot to mention. The amount of HP you have on the tower, it's random. It's the same for both players, but it's random at the start of the game. So you can... I don't know what the range is, but I've seen as low as 700 and as high as, well, almost 2k. So yeah, that does play a role. And it's something you have to consider when you decide to go for this kind of all-in pushes. Yeah. Yeah, you can kill that in Dark Age if it is 700 HP, but then again, the outer layer of walls is random as well. So you can have fortified palisades, you can have stone walls, you can have fortified stone walls, you can have palisades. So let's say you have a 700 HP tower, but you have fortified stone walls around it. You're not getting through that in Dark Age. Okay. So YoSoyPacho takes this 2-0. And I might have to double check that. Okay, so this was round 6. So I don't know what his round 5 was like. But if I'm not mistaken, in Sprint 1, he won every single game he played. So unless he dropped a game or two in round 5, he might be undefeated in the league yet. At least this season. Alright. These were two fun games. They played out quite standard, well, aside from this. But yeah, both players played quite standard. They just went for military and feudal, which is not something I was expecting from games in these settings. Although I have to say, looking back at some of my sets, I've realized that maybe just playing it like standard feudal and then you maybe do some shenanigans in castle on the tower is the better approach. But yeah. I mean, Tech, I think he's just one of those players who just improve very quickly. So for example, you have King of Noobs, right? The Italian player who I think he played in the Space season and maybe the next one as well. I think he then took a break from the league for one season and he's back this one. Like, I played him in the league at the start of the year and he was about 1500, and now he has hit 1900 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you have those kind of players who just improve very quickly. I mean, even YoSoyPacho, right? I played him in the Space edition, the Space season, and then I played it in afterwards in other seasons, and he just kept getting better and better. So yeah, he's just one of those players. They improve quickly. All right, so I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching. I'm happy to be back casting. I don't know when the next stream is going to be, probably next weekend. We'll see. Hopefully I can do one midweek. But yeah, no promises. So yeah, thanks for now. I'll be seeing you next time. Bye bye.